Welcome to Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Goodman here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am thrilled to be here with Kim Thompson-Pinder, who is the extraordinary word ninja and chief visionary officer of RTI Publishing. I can't wait to hear exactly what you do, Kim. Thanks for being here with me.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's quite an honor.
Well, it's my pleasure, and I can't wait to hear. So tell us a little bit about what do you actually do? What is your business?
So I work with predominantly professionals, coaches, entrepreneurs who are looking to have a signature book written. So this is the book that they become known by for their business. And so we ghostwrite, produce, and publish these signature books. And people use these books as foundational marketing tools. And it also helps to position them as the authority in their niche.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So who might be the right person to work with you? Like what might they be thinking or doing that they would want to reach out to you for?
Usually I'm looking for established entrepreneurs or professionals, like let's say in real estate, medical, financial, any of those areas, even other areas of professional people. But what I'm generally looking for is people who want to take their business to the next level. They're looking to get a lot of exposure, and they want to get out of having to build their business sort of in a one-to-one model. So, they find someone, they meet someone, whether in person, online, then they have a conversation. So we want people who want to really position themselves and have business come to them. So they're looking to level up in their business.
Okay, I love that. Leveling up. And, a lot of people are looking to do that. So, so is this something that you always did, Kim? Like, tell us a little bit about your journey to getting to where you are now.
No, actually, when I was in grade 2, I was told by a teacher that I should not write because I was not any good at it.
Oh, boy.
And
you proved them wrong, right?
I carried those words for probably close to 30 years. But I came to a point where I was an entrepreneur. I had a choice to get a website and have it created for me. And this was back in 2011. So you could still kind of do it by yourself, but it was very difficult. So, I got an offer at a price I could afford to get a website created. And I was so excited. And, the gentleman who was doing it said, and you get a blog with it. And I remember typing him back, what's a blog? Because I didn't know.
Right.
And he said, you write articles. Well, as soon as I heard those words, my heart dropped. And the first words in my head was, I'm not a good writer. I shouldn't write.
Oh, God.
And it was a crossroads in my life. And I knew it. And I knew I had to make the decision. So over the course of a couple of weeks, I did a lot of soul searching. I was able to forgive the teacher who had said those words to me. And there was a lot of circumstances, and I was partly responsible.
Okay.
I also recognized that I was no longer that 7-year-old little girl. And maybe I might not be the best writer, but I did pretty decent in high school English, and I can write a coherent sentence. So I'm sure I can write something that would benefit, and I can learn. I'm good at learning. So even if I'm not a good writer, I can learn to write better.
For sure.
And so with a lot of fear and trepidation, and 3 days later, I wrote my first blog post. And I back then I used to write everything by hand and then type it into the computer. And so I think I had about 300 crumpled sheets of paper before I got that first blog post out. But I did, and people enjoyed it. So that encouraged me. I kept writing. Then the scary thing, I realized I had books in me, and that was another big step. And I almost quit. I don't know how many times before I got that first book out. But I came to realize the problem was that I had more than one book in me. That's why I was struggling so much, because I I had so much information to share and I couldn't figure out how to do it. But once I sorted things out, I actually wrote and published 3 books in 1 year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then
Congratulations.
so, I published some more books. I even did a few Sudoku books just because I really wanted to learn how to make them. I did those for fun.
Oh, that's funny.
And
Okay.
then 2015, my son's getting married. And that was an expensive year. It was also the year that we didn't just have to or need to. We absolutely must replace 2 vehicles. So
Right.
that was my year of what I call driving by faith. Now, driving by faith is you get in the car, you pray that you make it to where you're going. And I live a half an hour out of town, so everything's a half an hour.
Right.
So you do what you need to do, and then you pray you get back home again. So, and between that and my son's wedding, there was a lot of money going out. And I was on a freelance site looking for a graphic designer. And, you get those small sort of God thoughts. And it was like, you should check out the writing jobs. And I thought, yeah, like my business was doing okay, but, it had kind of stagnated a bit and I needed to add something. And I started looking at writing jobs and I couldn't believe what people were paying. And I'm like, I can do this. And because I was a published author, I got hired right away, got jobs right away, became, the top freelancer, one of the top freelancers on that site in 6 months. It was going good, but then people wanted editing, they wanted covers. And I was doing a lot of that because I had learned how to do it all when I did my own books. Like I learned how to do everything. I paid nobody for anything because I had no money at the time. So, but then it quickly grew beyond what I could do myself. And so I just started bringing on people to help me. And so within a year, RTI Publishing was born. And that was 2016. And, in that time period between 2015 and now, we've probably done 100 to 150 books for people.
That's just amazing. I love hearing stories. Like, it's terrible that your teacher had said that to you because, people don't even realize that one little comment can have such a monster effect. And like you said, it was 30 years, right? Mm-hmm. 30 years in the making, and you having to deal with that and get over it and realize that it's not true, right? Yep. It's not true. And you can be helping so many other people. So I'm glad that you finally had that realization and were able to overcome that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's incredible. So now you get to help other people, which is awesome. Now, I know you also like to give back to the community. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways I give back to the community. I'm very involved in my church and in ministry, so helping people. I especially spend a lot of time with the kids. I'm the head of the arts department, so I produce all of the productions. So our kids in our church do 2 productions a year, except for this year, of course, we had to cancel our Easter production. But we do an Easter and a Christmas production every year. So I work a lot with the kids. And I'm also a Toastmaster, and I volunteer a lot in my Toastmasters group. I'm the president of our current club. Okay. And I believe that giving back to your community in a way that you are passionate about is important to you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally agree with that. And I love that you feel that's important and to give back. So tell us a little bit, like, do you have any tips or suggestions for people? And it can have to do with anything. It can be personal or professional, anything that comes to mind.
I think probably the best tip I can give, and especially for people who are entrepreneurs, business owners, this has been a very difficult time with COVID-19. And there is a big temptation to just step back, because maybe you're not sure how to pivot your business. I'm not big on that term, but it does accurately describe sometimes what you have to do. Right. You don't have to leap to something new in your business. Sometimes it's that small little tweak, that small little change, that small little, turning in a different direction while staying in the same spot, right, that will allow your business to move forward. So this is a time for creativity. And it's also not a time to step back. It's a time to really press forward. Mm-hmm. And yes, things may be difficult and you might not be able to make as much money as you were before. But this is a great time to be learning new skills, looking at your business in a different way, finding mastermind groups and mentors. Like I know, Randy, you are amazing. You work with a lot of entrepreneurs and have helped a lot of entrepreneurs in their business and just see things from a really unique perspective. And I think, if you can survive this time and use it to ready yourself and to change some things around, you're going to come out of this running and your business is going to continue to grow as opposed to stagnate.
I love that. Thank you. And they have people like you to reach out to for that kind of help. So tell us again before we sign off, who, anybody out there listening, who would be the right person to connect with you?
So if you're an entrepreneur, let's say if you're making anywhere under $200,000 a year, I work mostly with sort of solopreneurs or very small businesses. I work with a lot of professionals in different fields. I've worked with Olympic coaches. I've worked with sales teams. Like I've worked in a lot of different areas. If you're a coach, whether a life coach, business coach, if you're looking to take your business forward and you really want to shine during this time, those are the people that I'm looking for, because when you write a book, there's a level of expertise and credibility that's automatically given to you once you become an author. And so it makes you more visible and more attractive beyond people who are not authors. So if you want to take your business to the next level, because not only do we, ghostwrite and produce your book for you in your voice, but I teach you how to use that book, because it's not a field of dreams. Okay, you don't write the book and all this money comes falling in your lap and clients and people, right? It's a tool. And, you only get out of it how much you use that tool. So I teach you how to use the book as that tool. So really, if you're an entrepreneur, professional, coach, and you want to take your business to the next level, I would love to have a conversation with you.
I love that. I love that. You don't just stop at the book writing part. You also take them further and show them how to market it, which is one of the most important things in having a book published. So I love that. Please reach out to Kim. Kim, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, quite a few different ways. You can send me an email at info@rtipublishinghouse.com. Or you could find me on Facebook. I'm the easiest person to find. There's only one Kim Thompson-Pinder. So, and that's Thompson with a P and Pinder with a P. And as well, I would love to invite the community to join my Author to Authority group on Facebook. We teach people about book writing. We have lots of fun, how to use your book. It's a place where you can meet new people. And we also love to allow people to shine in that group. So, you get to share your expertise and just show people who you're at. So if you go to Author to Authority, it's a Facebook group, or you can find me, Kim Thompson-Pinder. I'm also on LinkedIn as Word Ninja Kim. And or an email, info@rtipublishinghouse.com.
Love it. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you for sharing with us today and gracing us with your presence. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Randy. I'm very pleased and honored that you let me speak to your audience today. And I really hope that everyone comes out of this time with a greater appreciation of how wonderful and special that life is.
Love it. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.